Hello, everybody. How are you? How is everybody doing today on this lovely Tuesday at 7 p.m.? Just wanted to say welcome in, Jen. Thank you for being here. You were the first one on board. Welcome for being here today, Eddie Lugo Studios and Just Cody. How are you guys doing today? Hey, cruising is fun at any time. How are you, Miss Cheryl and Jeremy? How you doing? Well, I've been under the weather. Thankfully, that I'm feeling much better. So my voice is still a little off, but we're pushing through. Today, we're going to talk about cruise check-ins. I've been getting a lot of questions about cruise check-ins. I know too many mojitos. I wish it was the mojitos. It's been crazy, but hey, yesterday was another experience on its own. But thankfully that hey, Scott from the Mustard Drill. Thankfully that everything went well yesterday too. I had a little bit of a situation with one of my daughters. She wasn't feeling good, but thankfully she's doing well right now. She got all her medication, so we're good to go. Hey Donnell, how are you? Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Like I was saying, today we're going to talk about cruise check-ins. I've been getting a lot of questions. A lot of clients are asking, a lot of people are asking about cruise check-in, which is the most important part when traveling on a cruise. If you don't do your check-in, you can still travel on the cruise, but then you got to do all of that on when you get to the port. So it's better off to do it ahead of time. Before I start the show, I wanted to give you guys some news. More than likely, you probably already heard about the new Icon sister ship, Start of the Seas. I don't know how you guys like that name. I'm not sure if Royal is trying to do like a four-letter name for the Icon series of ships, but this Icon is arriving in summer of 2025. So I'm going to be truly looking forward to getting on this ship. I might be getting on the Icons before then, but this is one of the ones that I want to get on next. So for those of you that didn't know, that Icon is coming soon to Royal Caribbean. So stay tuned for summer of 2025. I know I don't like the name Star either, Scott. I don't know. It's like weird, like Start of the Seas. I don't know. I don't know if it was somebody had mentioned, what is it, Idol of the Seas. So I know that they do have a way that you can put in for a name for a ship, and if your ship name gets picked, I believe you get like $1,000 or something like that. So keep that in mind if you want to submit your name to Royal Caribbean. Another new thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, for those that are Disney lovers, I don't know if there's any Disney lovers here, but the Disney Treasure just they debuted the name of The Tale of Moana. That is going to be the Broadway show coming December 2024 on the new Disney Treasures. For those of you that have not seen the prices on the Disney Treasures, if you go in there, you're probably going to get sticker shock because those prices are ridiculously high. I voted for Cha-Ching of the Sea. Right? That would be cool. Yeah, no, with no bragging rights. You're right, Eddie. You know, you could just put the name, they'll give you $1,000 and it says, all right, that's it. How about Expensive the Seas? There you go. See, now you guys got something going on. Who knows? Maybe we could do it Butter Toast of the Seas. So some of the questions that I've been getting. And if you have any questions about check-in, please put it on the comments. We'll be happy to discuss that also. One of the questions that I got is, how do I check in on a cruise? That's one of the questions that I had. How do I check in on a cruise? Each cruise line is a little bit different. It's all the same check-in process, but each excuse me, each cruise line is a little bit different. If you have to create an account with the cruise line that you're cruising with, if you don't have one already, If you're a new cruiser, you create an account, you put in your reservation number. Some of these, like Royal Caribbean, Carnival, some of them, once you create your account and it has your email address, it sometimes pull your reservation that you have automatically for you. So with that being the case, that if it pulls it from you, then you don't have to do too much. And then on there, you can also buy shore excursions, any drink packages. So you have a lot of great things that you can purchase from there. You can also link to other bookings that you have. If you're traveling with other companions and other staterooms, you can link each other's reservations together. You can do all sorts of stuff in that platform when you're going into your account, depending on where you're cruising with. When it comes to check-in, all the cruise lines have like a check-in date. So for instance, if we're going to talk about Carnival, Carnival has a area where it says my to-do list or things to do, and you'll see your reservation. It'll tell you what day is it you need to check in for your cruise. So the system will not allow you to check in unless you are at the date of your check-in. I know that for Carnival, if you're a platinum and diamond member, you get to book, do your check-in, I think 2 days in advance from everybody. And the way they did that is for the platinum and diamond, and everybody else does their regular check-in. So that's one of the things. And make sure that when you are getting ready to do your check-in, if you're traveling with a passport, make sure you have your passport with you. If you're traveling with your with birth certificate, make sure you have your birth certificate with you. Make sure you have all the information like telephone number, addresses, person in contact here in the United States. Make sure you have all of that, gather all of that information so that when you're sitting down to doing your check-in, you don't have to go back and forth. I've never done a check-in with MSC yet. I have done with Carnival, Celebrity, Royal, and Norwegian. I've done check-ins with them. There's a lot of them that you can use your app online to do your check-in as well. Sometimes when you do it that way, sometimes it doesn't work properly. So I always tell the client to go online and do your check-in to make sure that you have checked in all your boxes. Sometimes it'll ask you for a picture so that they can recognize you when you get on port, and that'll be the picture that you'll see when you're coming in and off of the cruise ship. Welcome in, Cruise Nuts. How are you? Thank you so much for showing up and being here. I'm glad to see you here today. So just keep in mind that you got to have all these documents together. Make sure that if you're traveling with more people, make sure you have everybody's documents together for the check-in. It'll make it much smoother, much easier for you to do that process. It is very important that you do the check-in because that's where you get your cruise contract, you get your boarding pass, your luggage tags, and there's a lot of information there. I always tell everybody, try to read as much as you can. Make sure that you are that you know what you're doing, where the port is going to be, so that you have a plan in action on the day of embarkation. You don't want to end up not knowing where the ship is. I do get that a lot of questions. How do I get there? What is the address? How do I know what ship do I have to go to? So there's a lot of questions that, eventually down the road we can talk about. So the next question that I got is, when should I complete the online check-in process? Okay, for the online check-in process, like I said, every cruise line is a little bit different. I know Carnival is 14 days prior to your cruise. It used to be 90 days, but after COVID, everything changed. So some of them are 30 days, some of them are 20. This depends. Just keep in mind, always get an account with the cruise line. Make sure you're reading and you're getting all your information to make sure that you don't miss out on the check-in date. Reason being is because once you have your date, like I have a cruise coming up in October 28th. My check-in date is on the 12th because I'm platinum on Carnival. So on the 12th, I'm going to go in there whenever in the morning, and I will check in all my guests I'll do the check-in for them. But it also gives you a time where you can get, you can get to embark. So the time starts between 10:30. I think you could be there up earliest as 10:30. So it'll be like 11, 11:30, 11:30 to 12, and so forth, up until like 1:30 to 2, I believe. So you get to go in there and pick the hour you're going to be at the port. So once you pick that hour, some people like to do the check-in really, really early so they can get on the boat first, people to get on the board. I actually did that once, and it was really nice to be on board like by 10:30, 11. It was different because there was like nobody on the ship. Like the buffet was pretty much all cleared out, and next thing you know, they started, people, you could tell people started coming in. But it was pretty cool to be kind of like by yourself, kind of like on the ship. It was different and nice. You get to do the muster drill. There's not too much chaos going on and stuff like that, so it was really nice. Hi, Muncie Channel, how are you? Thank you so much for stopping by on our check let's check into talk today. So there's a lot of great information when it comes to checking in. So you get to know, you get to put in a Visa card, you get your luggage tags, you get your boarding passes. Make sure that everything checks out for you, especially for those of you that are traveling MSC. They have to get an e-ticket. Make sure that you do everything properly, that all your names match, because if not, the e-ticket part won't work, and then you have a problem. So you always got to make sure everything matches up, all your documents, so that your e-tickets can be ready and be sent out to you so you can get those boarding passes. That's with MSC. They do things a little bit different here. I know that Scott from the Mustard Drill, he has been in quite a little bit of MSC, so he might be able to put some information there for you guys on that. The next question that I got was, when does a cruise check-in window open? So like I said, the windows are different to the different cruise lines. Carnival, I know it's 14 days. I believe Royal, somebody told me that Royal was 30. I haven't been on a Royal ship since Wonder of the Seas, and I don't remember when did I have to check in for that one, because it's been a while. But it's between 14 to 30 days window that you have. And make sure you don't wait till the last minute to check in, because you want to make sure that you have all your documents. Another good thing, which is a good tip that I'm going to give you guys, please always make sure that all your documents are together. I've had people that have called me the night before they have to cruise that they couldn't find either their passport or their driver's license or their birth certificate. What do I do? Like, if I don't find that, are they not going to let me in? They will not let you board. That I could tell you, they will not let you board. And the problem that you might encounter, like you will lose all of your cruise money. You will lose it all, because there is no time for a travel agent to make any changes on your booking the night before. So always keep in mind, don't wait till the last minute to verify if you have your passport, if you have a birth certificate and all of that. Especially if you're sending off your information, like your birth certificate, to get your passport, make sure you do it with at least 6 months to 7 months in advance. You don't want to end up being that person that you're waiting on the passport and your cruise is coming within a week or two. So keep that in mind, when doing all these travels. Make sure that you check your passport. Make sure that your passport is active at least 6 months before your cruise ends, because that's another situation on its own. It can't, just because it doesn't expire and you're going to be going on the cruise, they might not let you even embark on the cruise, because your passport is getting ready to expire within 6 months. So just keep all of that information in mind. Thank you, Eddie, for that. So how long does it take to get on board on a cruise? That was the next question that I got. Well, it depends. It depends on the time that you arrive. It depends on how many people are at the port. It depends on how fast the cruise line, the port workers are, getting all these people through. It all depends. Usually when I did the 10:30 to 11 for the Carnival celebration, I got to the terminal, I think it was like 10 o'clock in the morning. By the time I parked, by the time I did everything, I was inside of the ship by 10:45. And that's parking, dropping off luggage, going through the check-in process getting your face recognition and all of that done. And sometimes, like when I went on my celebrity cruise, it was like maybe 15 minutes. So it all depends, how fast, and how well prepared that port is and that cruise line. Welcome in, Marjorie. Hi, nice to have you. Thank you so much. Cruising with Keith, how are you? How you guys been? So those were some of the questions that I had, that some of my customers sent to me, and these are the things that I'm getting. I'm going to try to on Tuesday to bring something different to the channel. So it's not just about, we're going to talk about cruising, but also the different processes and different things. Maybe if you have a question, email it to me, and then I could bring it on the next show, and then we can talk about that and learn about that kind of stuff. Also, I just wanted to let you guys know soon, I was hoping for next week on Wednesday, but it all depends on how our group, our creators that I have, we have a meeting on Tuesday. So if it's not next week, it's the following for sure. There's going to be a new show on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. It's called Across the Waves. And this show, I think, is going to bring a lot of great content, and it's going to be amazing for everybody to watch. So stay tuned for the new show coming in, Across the Waves. That show is going to be with Cruising with Keith. It's going to be on it. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures is going to be on it. Rihanna's Life Adventure is going to be there. Alice Lugo Studios will also be there, and myself, your host. So we're coming, it's going to be on every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the show is called Across the Wave. And just to give you a little bit about this show, we're going to be talking about a specific port. So it's going to be, excuse me, it's going to be port related. So the reason why we're doing a port related is because when I was looking on YouTube, there is some people that put out there, port information and stuff like that. So the reason why we're going to do this, and it's called Across the Waves, is because all of us are in different parts of the United States, and we sometimes travel by cruise. So we travel and we hear the waves. So it's Across the Waves. That's where we got that name from. And the show is going to be all about ports. So we're going to pick a port on every Wednesday, and each creator is going to bring content about that port. So let's say we're going to the port of Tortola in the British Isles. So we're going to say, okay, so we're going to Tortola today, and I will be bringing in all the history, anything that has to do with history for Tortola. So I'll do the history part. Cruising with Keith is going to do another part. Alice is going to bring in the information about what to do on the port, like taxi prices or bus prices or different kinds of things like that. And then Mike and Rihanna is going to have a different part. So all of us are going to have a part on it, and everybody's going to be talking about different things, but it's going to be for that specific port. And every week we're going to have a new port. So the view is for eventually down the road in the future, that if you guys are traveling, if you guys are, whether it's by cruise or land or whatever, that you can come back and watch those lives about that specific port that you're going to travel and get more information. So I think that's a really good idea to bring out to the YouTube world out there, and the cruising world, and the world that travels, because sometimes, we're looking for information, and it just, it's a little bit hard to find, even though some of the creators do put some of that content out there. But I think if we have a full hour and we can talk about that specific port and bring you guys more information and more detail about it, I think that'll be amazing for everybody that's cruising or traveling, because at least you get to hear and kind of have a little bit of understanding of what's going on in that specific area. So that was my view, and I have a great team of creators that are doing this with me. Truly, you guys don't understand. I feel so happy, and feel truly blessed that I get to work with these other four creators on this project. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a great time together. We're going to bring all sorts of different, anything can happen on a live stream, anything can happen. So I promise that we're going to do our best. And I wish that everybody will pass this information along. Tune in on Wednesdays. So I'll have my show on Tuesday, just like regular, Traveling with Tinkerbell. Then Wednesday at 8 o'clock, we'll have Across the Waves. Then on Friday, I'll be, if you guys want to do a Friday evening and want to see Tinkerbell, then you guys can come along on, I'm in Eddie Lugo's channel at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we do Friday Night Live with the crew. So he changes the name every time. So, but it's a lot of fun enjoying time with the guys. Hey, Rock the Boat. How are you, sir? I'm looking at your channel. You're doing a lot of great stuff over there. So it's a lot of fun working with Eddie on Friday. And then on Sundays, I work with Cruising is Fun at Any Time with Miss Cheryl. And that shows is at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're looking for a little bit more of Tinkerbell, that's where you will find me during the week. We're trying to put a lot of content out there. I'm trying to grow the channel. I'm trying to understand, what you guys like, what type of content you guys are looking at. So instead of just talking about cruising on Tuesday, I just wanted to bring a little bit of something different, like, talk about cruise checking. Last time we talked about travel protection and things like that. Like if you have a question that you want me to bring to the channel, you can always email me at jagonzalez@expediacruises.com, or you can even call me at 813-608-2935. And I would be more than happy to share that question with the world out here. Cruising with Key says Friday at 7 on Friday the 13th special. If you're interested in scary movies, tune in. I'm also looking for any content creator looking to join in. Oh, that sounds good. And that's this Friday. I'll let you know, Keith, what I find. Look at Mr. Rock the Boat. I don't know. Are you still in Rome? Because I know you were over there, unless you got back. But I've been watching your channel and checking you guys out, having all that good time without me. Okay, so it's on Friday. All right, I'll let you know, Keith, if I can make it to your show, because I know I've been a little bit busy and under the weather, and I'm trying to catch up on all my stuff as well. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, anything you guys want to talk about this evening, I'm open to any questions, anything you want to know about Tinkerbell. I can tell you all sorts of stuff. It doesn't have to be just about cruising. I know I feel like a little weird because I'm still trying to get this sickness out of me. We got back last week. Gina is editing. Oh, I cannot wait. I actually liked your pictures that you had over there. It was really nice. And I'm like, look at him. One day I'll be getting up there too. One of these days. I know that I have a cruise coming up in 17 days. We're going on the Carnival Horizon. We're celebrating Sophie's 15th birthday. So I'm excited about that. Now all the stuff is starting to, I'm starting to get all her tiara and everything. Next week I have a dress fitting with her. So I'm working with Carnival, getting everything, set and done for her cruise. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait. We have vlogs coming, more vlogs coming from Puerto Rico. The last one that we put on Thursday, that one is doing very well so far. So it's taking its own, its own speed, but it's doing very well. I guess a lot of people like Puerto Rico vlogs. So I think I have another 3 or 4 more weeks of Puerto Rico because we had a lot of content from over there. And then when we get back from the Horizon, we're going to start with the Horizon blog. Anything special we should know about boarding the celebration in Miami, March 9th? The only thing that I will say, Musi, is that if you're traveling on the celebration, try not to get to the port anytime after 11:30 because it goes crazy. Carnival, the port in Carnival is not like other ports where they have like a check-in process where they have everybody by different time zones. Over there is like All you come in and you just start coming in. There's not even there's a line. You just go in that line. But after a while, it gets very hectic, and you can end up waiting there for a little bit, unless you come towards the tail end or the very beginning. But if you're in between that 11:30 to maybe 1 o'clock, you're probably going to be waiting on the in the port, making those lines for a little bit, unless you get lucky. It all depends. When I went on the celebration, I got there like I said, at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I was on the ship by 10:45. So, you know, that's the only thing that I can tell you. Is that the same for the Horizon? To get on the ship for the Horizon, cruising with Keith, if that's what you're asking. Right now, I'm gonna do my check-in, and my check-in, I'm gonna take it in for 12 to 12:30. The only reason is because I'm traveling the morning of to Miami, and I have to pick up one of my daughter's friend that is going with us on this trip, and she lives in Miami. So I have to pick her up and then head to the port. But yeah, I'm more than likely I'm gonna take a timing between 12 to 12:30 to get on the ship. But yes, I'm cruising with kids. It's the same thing for Horizon, because it's the same as long as you're leaving out of Miami. Like for instance, Celebrity New Region. I'm not sure about MSC because I've never done MSC. They have a way that they put you in the different lines and the time zones. And then depending on your time zone, you go on that line, and then they let you in little by little. But with Carnival, it's first comes, first serve. Like they ask you for this time zone thing. And at the end of the day, it's like you really didn't need it, because everybody and their grandmother just shows up at whatever time they please, and they just walk in. Like one time I went on the Mardi Gras to Port Canaveral, I'm sorry, and my time was at 11, and there was people with 1 o'clock on the same line right next to me. So it all depends. You're welcome, you see, not a problem. That's what we're here for. We aim for a 10 o'clock a.m. arrival at the port. Yeah, try to get there early. That way you don't feel, you have all these people next to you and all of that. And then you can kind of like check in calmly and all of that. It's really smooth when you're there early. When I go on the Horizon in May, I'm looking to do a 12 to 12:30, since I'm flying in at 10 p.m. the night before. Yeah, as long as, like I said, if you're if you're gonna be okay with those timings, you're good. Just keep in mind that there's probably a lot of people that are probably going to be doing the same thing that you're doing, trying to get into that ship. If you've never been on the Horizon, that's the Vista class ship. It's a really nice ship. I actually like it. Weirdly so, I've been in Horizon. I've not been in Panorama or the Vista. I did schedule one time a Vista, but I had to cancel it. But I've been on the Horizon, like this will be my fourth time on her. And I really liked it. I really like Horizon. It's so pretty the way that ship was built. But if I were to choose, I like Celebration the best. I love Celebration. It's so cute. I'm in love with that ship. And when it comes to Celebrity, I love all their Edge class series. Yes, ma'am. You can check in 14 days prior to your cruise. If you were to go on your Carnival page online and you were to log in, once you log in to your left hand side, after you see the shore excursions and all of that, it's going to say a to-do list, and it's going to have your booking confirmation. It's going to tell you the date that you need to check in. So you should be able to see that. Hey, the Sea Show Cruise Fun, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by here today. I appreciate all you guys coming and spending some time with little old Tinkerbell here, giving you guys some information. So I'm just excited. It's a lot of great things, that are coming our way. I'm trying to reinvent here the Tinkerbell wheel, like we say, and trying to bring you guys, great content, great information, and making sure that our vlogs, are getting watched, and making sure that I'm actually bringing you what you guys want to watch. So that's my main focus right now. Oh, that's going to be your first time on Carnival, especially you see, if this is your first time on Carnival, you're going on the Celebration, you are going to love it. I know Donnell and Jen are, if they're still here, They just got back from Carnival Celebration, and they have not been in a Carnival cruise, and they loved it. So keep in mind that you're going on a beautiful ship. Make sure that you watch all of the shows on the atrium, because you're gonna love every show. Is so pretty, it's well done. Just make sure that when you're going to the atrium and you're gonna watch those shows, keep in mind that you want to get there a little early, and you try to get your seats like towards the stage. You can get them on like towards six and deck 6, 7, and 8, but keep in mind that there's going to be some aerialistics and some stuff. So you want to make sure you see it, because if you keep yourself on deck 5 towards the Java Blue, then you're not going to see the aerial people unless you're watching the TV. Michael Patterson, welcome from Hawaii. I am so happy that you're over there in Hawaii. So jealous that you're over there. I've never been to Hawaii, but I'm so thankful that you made it over there safe, and that everything is doing well for you over there in Hawaii. Make sure you take a lot of pictures. The celebration stops in St. Thomas, and I want to document the Kmart's there. You know, I went to St. Thomas on the celebration, but I've never seen a Kmart. So if you do, when you do go, and if that's what you're going to be documenting, share that with us. I would like to see that, because I haven't seen a Kmart in a long time. Because that's kind of cool. I want to see those Kmart. Says Cruising with Keith. Yeah, great info for the show. Definitely. Yes, if you're going on celebration, make sure you see some of the good shows. You'll be doing a lot of walking. Yeah. Make sure you take some nice walking shoes, because that ship is big, and you are going to be doing a lot of walking. So it's hot and humid. I bet it's hot. At least it's not raining. So I'm hoping it's not raining, Michael. Come with us on March 2nd, Cruising with Keith. Oh, see, Keith, there you go. You might want to go on the celebration on March the 2nd. Make sure, Keith, that if you do go on March the 2nd, make sure you get a midship cabin. That way you're not too far from the aft or too far from the front, and you're kind of like in the middle. I know, Rock the Boat. Michael just got to Hawaii yesterday, so he's over there I think he's there for 10 days, if I'm not mistaken. So he's gonna have a nice Hawaii vacation. One Kmart is a couple of blocks from the Sky Ride, and the other one is on the mall a few miles away. You know what? I did if you watch my Sky Ride, I did a vlog on St. Thomas. I didn't see that Kmart. That's a good question. I didn't see that Kmart. Now you got me thinking, Lindsay. I'm gonna have to probably go back to over there to maybe vlog this. That'll be kind of cool. Like see a Kmart after what, so many years that you have. Well, over here in Florida, they're all gone. There's not even one single Kmart. Oh, come on, Eddie. Like, if you don't know what a Kmart is, come on. But yeah, so when you're like going back to the check-in processes, if you guys have any questions about that, some of you guys are probably pro by now doing these check-ins, but if you're brand new to it and you have questions, let me know. I'll be more than happy to assist. In the last 24 hours, I come to the conclusion I'm too old for Waikiki. You're not old. Just enjoy. Are you going to be doing one of those, what are they called over there? The luau's or whatever that thing is called? I seen another content creator that went to Hawaii. They did, I think, 2 so far. And those look pretty interesting. There is a Kmart in Kendall, Florida. Are you in Miami? Do you live there in Miami? Because I've been to Kendall. Like, man, I've never seen these Kmart. That's so weird. Okay, so you're going to be doing a luau? Oh, that's awesome. Those luau's are really nice. Like I said, I've never been to Hawaii, but I've seen them and they look amazing. All that stuff and the dance, and all of that it looks really creative and fun. Hi, Alice. How are you? Look at that. We have Alice and we have Cruising with Keith, part of the Across the Wave. Everybody say hi to Miss Alice Lugo Studio. Welcome in, my love. Thank you so much for coming over here. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be rocking that Across the Wave. I know I have a feeling it's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait. I live in Ohio, but I have been to Kendall Kmart a couple of times. Okay, so I'm gonna guess you like Kmart. You like a fan of Kmart. I just got home. Oh yeah, you have Bible study today. That is true. Look at Eddie sending all her little hearts to Alice. Hey, Miss Teresa, how are you? Past my bedtime, I wanted to say hi to you. Hey, thank you so much, my love. God bless you and enjoy, your bedtime, I'll call you sometime and we can chit chat and catch up, Miss Teresa. Oh, how cute. So, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I cannot wait to bring that content to you guys and be able to show you guys all the different ports and we can document all of that here in YouTube. I document dying retail and now cruise on my channel. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. Are you gonna be documenting about Sears as well? Oh my God, look who's here, Danny. How are you, Mama? Everything good? Um, guess who it can you guess can Oh my God, Danny, you're not crazy. Only 1:30 here and I'm beat, but yes, lots of fun. I bet that time change must be crazy for you, Michael. It must be insane. So if you guys are still here, make sure you hit that like button so that the YouTube machines here can register all of you guys here on the live because these things are crazy sometimes. This YouTube stuff is analytics are crazy sometimes. She's not troubled, Eddie. She's a very nice person. So I'm gonna do eventually on my night box. I want to do hashtag butter toast. So we're gonna have hashtag TWT for those creators that want to put their channel out there. And I was thinking about doing a hashtag butter toast. If you guys don't know where that comes from, that is from Cruising is Fun at Any Time. They have a morning show every morning. And Scott the Mustard Drill was asking about, if you have, how would you call it? Is it a toast with butter or butter toast? So that's where the butter toast came from. And we've been enjoying that. Ever since we've been eating a lot of butter toast, trust me. Okay, so you document Sears as well. Yeah, because they close Sears, especially with the shorts. I have that on mine, butter toast. Yeah, that's one of the things that we're doing. Keith, you should put a butter toast on when you're doing your live on your skeleton. That'll be cute. So yeah, we've been talking a lot about butter toast. It's just weird the things that us as creators do. So it's so fun. One of the things I haven't seen a lot of specials coming down for cruising. A lot of stuff is changing though. That much I could tell you. A lot of stuff is changing. A lot of pricing going up. Keep in mind for those of you that are traveling to the Bahamas, you got that new Bahamas tax hike that they did over there. So if you have paid off your cruise, double check your cruise that you don't owe a Bahamian tax, because I've been having to call a lot of customers lately after they paid off their final payment so that they can pay their Bahamian tax that is now charged to their cruise. It's not a whole lot. It's sometimes I think it's between $8 and $25 depending where you're going. But I noticed that Coco Cay is a little bit more than if you go to NASA or Bimini or whatever it is. So just keep in mind that if you have maybe some macadamia nuts, if you're going to the Bahamas and you have paid your cabin in full, go back into your information and make sure that if you're working with a travel agent or you're doing it on your own, that you double check for that Bahamian tax. You don't want your cruise to be canceled because of non-payment for that Bahamian tax. Just keep in mind that that's another thing that us as travel agents, we've been working on that these past few weeks. So look at Michael. We have Michael in Hawaii. We got people going on the Carnival Celebration. I'm going on the Horizon. When is your next cruise and where are you guys going? besides Michael cruising with Keith and let me see, and Muncie, that I know she's going on the carnival celebration. I know that Eddie Lugo is going on his OG booze cruise in, what is it, Eddie, like 17 days? 16, 17 days, something like that. They're going on their first booze cruise group. So that's 19 days on the Glory. So they're going on their first one. So he's getting ready with all his 50 million pineapples. Poor Alice. She's going to have one bag of her clothes, and all 20 other bags is going to be all pineapple stuff. Alice, make sure you take a picture of that. That's going to be so much fun. Yeah, it's leaving out of NOLA. Also, I'm working on a group cruise. I've been working on this information like for the last month or so. I'm trying to pinpoint the right group for us. It'll be the first Traveling with Tinkerbell group cruise. So stay tuned. That information is also coming. I know it's your first in 30 years going back to Carnival, Eddie. So we're going on the Beyond on December, Southern Caribbean 10 days. I know, I've been trying to tell Jen and Donnell to go with me on the Beyond for February, but they're going in December. And I know that if I'm not mistaken, I think Jen has a birthday in April. I could be wrong, but I think it's April. But yeah, now I forgot what I was telling you guys. So, well, I was talking about Eddie and his booze cruise and my group cruise. So I'm going to be doing the first ever Traveling with Tinkerbell group. That's going to be, that information is coming shortly. I'm just trying to figure out a good group. Well, not the group, but a good cruise ship and an itinerary. So I have a couple breakdown. I think I'm going to submit a poll on YouTube and maybe have you guys, maybe whoever's the, whatever one is the highest one, then that's the one we'll go with. Teresa's going on Wonder. Yes, right, Miss Teresa, your group is going on the 22nd on Wonder of the Seas. Eddie, okay, so I was right. So Jen's birthday is in April because I remember she invited me over to go with her to Puerto Rico. I know that Eddie Lugos has a group coming next year, which is the group, the Booze Cruise 2.0. And that's going to be on the Carnival Paradise out of Tampa. I will be on that ship. So, and we're going to be meeting because I know Eddie and some people are going to be coming a couple of days before. So I want to meet with them. Maybe we're going to go have some, maybe the Losas pizza or something around those lines. So it's going to be a lot of fun getting to know the creators. My mom, Tinkerbell's mom, will be traveling on that cruise. So if you want to meet me, my mom, and you guys know Jaden is going with me as well. That's going to be a lot of fun. My mom is looking forward to it, guys. She sees my channel and she sees all you guys. So she's looking forward to meeting all these great people. So Eddie has that cruise for the Paradise. Next year is going to be October 28th. Eddie, if I'm saying the wrong days, please put it on the chat. He also has another cruise. Oh, Pier Runner Travel. Welcome in. December 3rd. Oh, the Carnival Prize celebrating hitting the diamond. Hey, that's going to be awesome. Hitting the diamond on Carnival. Look at you. That is so cool. So I know that Eddie has another group. It's going to be on the Norwegian Viva, and I believe that's January of 2025. That's going to be port intensive. There is no sea days. It's all port intensive. Every day is a stop. Every day is a port. So he can put in that information on there if you guys are looking forward to that. You met me, Tink. I work at I know. I remember. I remember talking to you when I went. Oh my God. Let me see if my mind is correct. I wanted to check out the constellation, the celebrity constellation. And we talked, if I'm not mistaken, we talked when I was trying to get to the elevator to go get the car. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I remember talking to you then. And that was a lot of fun meeting you there. So, and it was so weird that we met that way. And back then, I remember I did not have my YouTube channel. So, welcome in, Pure Runner Travel. I'm very happy to have you here. You're very nice people. So, see, I remember. Because I remember you worked there and you have another job someplace else as well. So it was very nice meeting you there. So yeah, a lot of the creators are going to be coming in October of next year, and we're going to be doing something, because I live like 15 minutes away from the Port of Tampa. Weirdly so, I went by the Port of Tampa. When was it on? This week. I forgot what day it was this week. Because I needed to go pick up some medication in the downtown area, and the Carnival Paradise was there. I guess something had happened to it because they were working on it, and they had cranes and all of it. I didn't have any customers or anything like that, which it was weird because I would figure that, but I didn't go back to figure out why was the paradise here. Okay, so you're retired. Okay, because I remember we had talked. It's been a while since I last talked to you, but it was really nice meeting you there. So, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. People that enjoy cruising and all of that is a lot of fun. Trust me, it's so nice. I personally love it. It's kind of like my sanctuary, to be honest. I'm super busy all the time, and weirdly so, not only I never stop working, because even when I'm on a cruise, I'm constantly talking to customers or working or whatever. But it gives me like a kind of like a different view of working as a travel agent, because on a cruise I could sit at the after the ship when people are like not around, and I could just sit there with my laptop, kind of enjoy the way, kind of see the sunset and work at the same time. I could work from my balcony, or I can just, if I want to hear a little bit of music, I could just sit somewhere with my laptop, and it's not like if I'm working all the time when I'm on a cruise ship. But at least with the job that I do, it gives me the opportunity to do all of that, do what I love, and also be able to travel and enjoy and kind of like relax for a little bit. Oh, it was going back to dry dock. They're loading the stuff in. Oh, okay. So that's what's happening, because I saw it there and I said, "Oh, that's kind of strange that it's not going." Okay, so that's pretty cool. So I guess they're doing more new things on the Paradise. Is that why? Because we're gonna have, I think, what, the Pride. I know Enchantment is coming. Enchantment of the Seas is coming to the Port of Tampa. Traveling with Tinko, I will book your group cruise in 2025. 2024 is too busy. Yeah, I'm not gonna do 2024. I'm looking at 2025, because I want to make sure that whoever is going to be coming onto the group has enough time, not only to place a deposit, but enough time to make payments if that's what they want to do, and things like that. I want to make sure that it goes flawlessly for everybody, and that everybody gets an opportunity to book and be able to make payments, or however which way they want to do it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just to give you a little bit of heads up, I'm looking into some Royal ships. I've been looking at Royal, been looking at Celebrity. Weirdly so, Celebrity has some good pricing for groups. So, and I have also been looking at Carnival as well. So it's just depending. I'm mainly looking at ports and ships and the amenities on the ships, because I have to, when you're doing these groups, you kind of have to keep in mind, you want to make sure everybody has a good time. So that's one of the things that I'm looking at. Good choice for 2025. Lots of group space gone. Yeah, I know. So I'm planning on doing it on 2025. When is the Enchantment? Enchantment is coming November. I'm gonna say November 1st, Darnell. Ooh, don't get me to lie now to you, but I think it's sometime in November. I can look it up and I will send you a little message and I'll let you know. But I think it's November. Enchantment of the Seas, weirdly so, was my first cruise. That was the cruise that did it for me. I remember it was August 13 of 20, I'm gonna say 20, 2013, either the 13 or 20, I think it's 2013. It was for my daughter's 15th birthday. And our first cruise that I've ever been on was Enchantment of the Seas. And that was a great trip. And it's so weird because when I see Enchantment of the Seas, which I actually saw Enchantment when I went on the Wonder back in March, and Enchantment was next to us on Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And looking at that ship that day, it brought me back so many memories because that was my first ship. And I think I in one of the vlogs, I think I mentioned that. So it was really nice to see the ship again. And it's going to be even nicer to see it here in the port of Tampa. So I'm hoping that I can get to the port in Tampa when the ship is here. And I'm probably going to do a live stream from the port. There's an area that I like to sit at and watch the ships go by. So I'm going to sit in that area and we're going to check it out and watch that ship sail out of the port of Tampa one of the days. I have the port work schedule thing. Oh, look at that. Well, if you could put it out there, November 27. Okay. Thank you so much. See, I know it was sometime in November. I wasn't sure what day exactly, but I know it was in November. Yeah, Enchantment is a really nice ship. It's really nice. I like the class of ship, so it's really nice. So yeah, they're coming out of the port of Tampa, Donnell. Just maybe we can maybe jump on that one. And enjoy some enchantment time and reminisce on the old times. The NCL Breakaway in January was our first cruise. Okay, awesome. So yeah, it's so nice to kind of like sit back and kind of think when you started cruising, what made you love cruising so much, and we can talk about all that all day long because it's so amazing. The NCLJ shows up on November 19. Okay, that's good to know. I'm gonna have to get with you, Pier Runner, so you can send me a copy of that. Or maybe you could just email it to my email, jagonzalez@expediacruises.com. That would be nice. Okay, everybody, going to our life. Yes, guys, after here, we have the Go Live After Dark. That's what cruising is fun at any time. So if you want to watch their live show, is at 8 p.m. tonight, right after this show is done. So you can go over there and let them know Tinkerbell sent you guys over there. Say hi to Miss Cheryl. Say hi to Scott the Mustard Drill. Say hi to Eddie Lugo Studios. Hi to Jeremy for me. I'm gonna be going over there and checking it out. I like watching their live stream. Celebrity Constellation arrives November 22nd. Yeah, Celebrity Constellation, for those of you that don't know, they do like a 10 and an 11 day itinerary out of Tampa. And I've been on that ship. It looks a little bit, how do you say it? It's very pretty. That ship is very pretty inside. It looks a little bit old on the outside, but when you walk inside of that ship, it just transforms itself. It was really nice. That's how I met Pier Runner Travel, because I was there visiting the Celebrity Constellation. And then when it was finished and I went to go get my car, that's where I met him and we talked for a little bit over there. So it was kind of nice. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Fun things are coming. Just keep in mind that on Tuesdays we're gonna be here live on this show at 7 p.m. Wednesdays is gonna be Across the Waves, coming to you soon. So as soon as we know for sure the date, I don't think it's gonna be next week, but maybe the following one for sure. We're gonna be putting that information out there and we're gonna put it on Facebook. You can always follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Traveling with Tinkerbell. So I'm there as well. So you find me all over the place. I can travel around the holidays, says Marjorie. Marjorie, I hear you, honey, because I can leave during Thanksgiving. My family will not let me go. I have never done a vacation during that time because I have to cook the dinner. So, but it's funny because if my kids are watching this live stream right now, who knows, they might appear here and say something. I can't leave because I have to cook that meal for that day for the Thanksgiving dinner. But one of my daughters, and she knows who she is, she actually left on a cruise. she came back on a Friday, but she left on a cruise. And then when I asked her, okay, well, you went on a cruise, so how come I can't go? She goes, yeah, because you still have to cook for the rest of the family. But when she got back, she knew her plate was waiting for her. So she got, not only she went on a cruise, but she also got to have the dinner the very next day. And she knows who she is. So hopefully she's watching. She can maybe comment or maybe watch the replay and comment. But yeah, I don't do the holidays either because I like to be spending time with the family and spending time with my grandson. Now that I'm going to be grandma twice next year, that one daughter that went on the cruise is having a baby in January. Her name was just announced. Her name is going to be Madeline. So I can't wait to meet Madeline in January. And then my oldest daughter, she's going to have her second boy. And he is due in March. So that's going to be another blessing. So I'll be traveling at that time in March, I think she's going to be in Missouri. So I will be traveling to Missouri to spend some time with her and with the new baby. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Wife and daughter did a 10-day on the Constellation. I bet you that Constellation is very pretty. I can travel around the holidays. My dad's birthday is on Thanksgiving. Oh, that's awesome. So your dad's birthday is coming up next month. Yeah, her name is Madeline. I'm sorry, Madeline. And it's M-A-D. Hopefully I'm not butchering this. Hold on. It's Madilynn. I think. Let me see. Let me double check. Yeah, Madilynn. That's her spelling of her name, Madeline. Because my daughter's name is Geraldine, so she's naming her daughter Madeline, just kind of like her name. So it's kind of very pretty. So I'm looking forward to that. Next month we have the baby shower coming, so that's going to be fun. Doing all of that stuff and getting ready for the baby, and see, hopefully everything will go great. And we have 2 new babies. That way, my baby Kingston, that he's 6, he's my grandson. He will no longer be by himself because Kingston is having a little brother, which I think I put it on my Facebook. If you go on my Facebook, you probably see the gender reveal when Kingston found out, and he wants to call it Kingston 2. Hey, Mike and Rihanna, how are you? Thank you so much for showing up. We're getting ready to wrap this up because Cruising is Fun is After Dark live stream at 8:00. So we want to make sure, we be courteous with other creators, and we can go over there and watch the After Dark show. It's a lot of fun to watch. A lot of great things come out of there. Thank you so much, guys, for being here with me today. If you're going to go over there, Mike, make sure you tell them Tinkerbell sent you. And then #ButterToast. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I appreciate you guys more than you guys think. I love you all, guys, to the moon and back. And I wish you guys a very great evening. Please stay safe. Be safe. And if you're traveling, be safe while you're traveling. Michael, if you're still here, I wish that your vacation is magnificent with your wife, Luz Biminda. That she has a great time in Hawaii with you. Do all the things in Hawaii and have a lot of great time. And for those of you that guys are traveling, please be safe. Enjoy your vacation. Always vacation, because that's what you take with you, all the memories, all the great things, and enjoy life to the fullest. May God continue to bless each and every one of you guys. I love you all to the moon and back, and I will see you next week at 7 p.m. Love you guys. Enjoy your night. See you on the next show. Please don't forget, Traveling with Tinkerbell sent you over there, okay? Yes, Mike. #ButterToast. Whoop. That's going to be the new thing. Thank you guys so much. Love you all. Be safe. Bye-bye.